Hello everyone and welcome to Kona! I don't know if you remember this. Oh, the mouse sensitivity is insane. Like, whee!
Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after
just be
having
quiet.
served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
So basically this game is... Can I turn on? Okay. So I played this game before, I'm not sure if you remember. I played it...
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
I'm scared. I suck at driving, especially when I can't see. No, but basically I played this before. I'm not sure if you remember, if you've followed this channel. But I do have a playlist called Kona Day 1.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
That's nice. That was just... It's not as bad when I'm outside. Well, this is empty.
Hamilton never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it. Still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself.
Yes, please, can I be allowed to speak a bit? Like I said, I played this before, but I was early access, so I think this game is fully released now. I think.
Hamilton no doubt knew who managed the barrier. Carl wanted to give him a call, but that would have been too easy though, as sure enough, the line was acting up.
Would have been nice to pick up the map though. Because I feel like out of all those things in there, the map was the most important thing. But let's not take it, because why would we? Not sure I took an empty bottle, but I guess it has a purpose. Weird voodoo masks. Is that a warning of some sort? Is that what you people do in Canada?
Emperor Duplessis, in spite of his conservative agenda, did a good job in colonizing the rural north, which helped to re-establish the region as an integral part of the province of Quebec. The blue fleur-de-lis could be seen fluttering in the wind here and there, taunting the red Canadian flags on the other side of the province's boundaries.
Huh, interesting. We're getting a history lesson here too. Oh, here's goodies. Fire starter. I have a feeling we could jump down, but I also have a feeling we die. So maybe we shouldn't do that. Like, maybe. I don't know. This game relies on, like, exploring and stuff. Some say it runs like poop. I'm not sure about that. At least it runs, from what I can tell. I had to double check that I was actually recording, because I'm paranoid that I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm always talking to myself, technically, but you know, talking to myself in the sense that I'm not even recording, so I sound like even more of a wacko. If that makes sense. How often does a road need to be closed to require 2 picnic tables at its gate? Yeah, and you're leaving the car on, oh my god.
Carl was meeting his client in a store near this area. He was on the right track.
Yay. Leaving the car on, such a...
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store.
vandalism.
It was time for him to get down to business.
I like the animation of the lock though, it's like... Ignore that sound effect, it totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Don't even worry about it.
William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
Me driving. Have I ever told you that I suck at driving? I don't have a driver's license in real
The local
life.
populace was divided
So-
when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another.
I want to go out, can't.
So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Probably. I'm actually not giving gas. Like before when I was going... I think they changed this a bit. Ow. I don't think it was... Was it this early on when we crashed the car? I don't actually think we crashed the car last time we met the dude. We just like drove past.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Where did the snow come from? Like it was sunny and clear and now it's a snowstorm. Does that really happen in... like that quickly? I don't know about you people, but that doesn't happen that quickly in a few hours. Does it? We're not that far from the... So we can deposit. Of course the car hit here, so...
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help.
Bitch, please. I was trying to open it. Isabel photo.
Such heart-wrenching Nordic poetry that was. But Carl didn't care much about flowery language.
Isabel, you gave meaning to everything. When you disappeared, so did purity. I would defend purity against the winds, the tides, against ice and blizzard. That's cute. Is there anything else?
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna go, don't worry. Yeah, but where did the snow come from? I mean, there's a house here. This has changed, I think.
Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more, and was now on his way to new adventures.
I need wood. I need wood.
A fire can't be started with a snap of the fingers.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm trying to find wood. It would be kind of awkward if I died the first thing that happens. Like, barely into the game, I'm like, nope, I threw in the towel, I died. I died. Great. I totally missed there was logs outside. Great day. At least we're surviving. For now. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I am stupid. Forget what I said. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Oh! Stop! Am I even the one doing it?
Now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
Yeah. Can't see shit.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Huh, that's interesting. There's a bunch of houses here, but I don't think we should go there just yet, maybe? We should try...
The truck was running on fumes.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
thing that the general store was close by.
Yeah, here. Thank God. There's actually wolves here, and you can get attacked
A
by them.
milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit. Something fell to the bottom of the box. Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer.
This wasn't in
He
the...
had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close, that the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though. This wasn't... Oh, funny. This wasn't here.
Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
Priorities, right?
What could be inside that envelope? Carl was taken aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
Really? I kind of like the voiceover, but at the same time, when you're trying to do a let's play, it's kind of but I haven't played it before, like fully, so I kind of want to have the voice, you know. Mr. John Ball, Montreal. Like I said, this wasn't in the game before. The place is a mess. Because last time we came here, it was just like... It was a mess. Like someone had struggled, but...
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
That's scary.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store.
You know, I'm not surprised.
Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Isabelle. I don't see anyone Isabelle, though.
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store.
I'm trying to read
that
here.
That made him one of Hamilton's employees.
I'm trying to read.
A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
Fuck you, boys. You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. And when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers could catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I will have a nice doctor's note, which I'm going out to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I will have to close down the shop, unless you would like to come fill in for me. I wouldn't dare advise you, after all. You must know how it's done since it's yours now. With kind regards, your dedicated manager, Gilles. I kind of like it's French, you know? Now, the reason we need to figure this out is because we need to fill our truck with gas. To open the cash register, punch the price to number minimum, press sale, turn and crank to down. Punch the machine if it doesn't work. Okay. So... Okay. Now we know that. The general store also serves as a post office for the locals. Interesting.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
I'm just gonna go and get the register fixed. I want to take that. I don't know why. I just want to take it.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone.
Yeah, it really caught him off guard. I like how he says, like, oh, it's running on fumes. Has the car on. It's like... Yeah, okay.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears? Hate was in the air. Seems like some villagers barely tolerated each other.
Yeah. The love is real. Now, I actually did follow the wolves at one point, and I did actually almost get killed. Fun story. It's a very slow-paced game, so I'm not sure how I'll do the Let's Play, even. I want to play it, obviously, but... Carl's inventory is full.
Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power.
Meh.
The crowbar was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
Yeah, pretty certain it's this one that we need to get going.
Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
Yay. Now this is interesting.
Carl was used to strange phenomena, But a chunk of ice like this? As if an iceberg came out of the ground? That was a first.
Yeah. So you can see the wolves have gone here too. It's actually very interesting because they do attack you, I think. So do keep that in mind if you ever play this yourself. The wolves do attack. They generally keep away. I will say that. But sometimes they don't.
The murder weapon. What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
It is as a citizen of Her Majesty and the free economic chambers of the world that I must address what follows to the proper authorities. The worst is happening at this very moment. I cannot write at length, but I'm requesting immediate help from my country. I believe the free world is in grave danger. A member of my community, the Honorable... I'm gonna go up and pump up the car, and then I'm gonna go and get the crowbar. I'm also gonna put some stuff in my trunk. Okay, now it works.
The crowbar was stuck under the lift.
Yep.
Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
No, but great.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp.
We can use this as a...
Surely it would come in handy at some point.
Yep, we can use this as a killing tool. Let's go to Lahans first, and then we'll end it. Nah, didn't want to go out. So I think his home is here. I'll check the mailbox like a real creep. And I got stuck. To Mr. Gilles Lachance in South Meniston. Complaint regarding collapse of a natural cave on your property. However, given the absence of any actual damage or injury, we cannot move forward this investigation. The natural cave cannot be considered a personal belonging. Furthermore, your claims regarding the landslides caused by the work in the new DV Inc. mine seems outlandish, as the mine is miles away from your property. Also, it is imperative that you secure your property, as you would be held accountable for any injuries caused by the steep terrain. This is where a crying wolf leads you. Damn. They were not pleased with him. So in his attempt to get some compensation for the mine collapse, or the cave collapse, they basically said, fix your fucking cave, or we're gonna charge you if someone gets hurt. I know it's bitchy, but I kinda like their response. I don't know why. It's just funny. But yeah, okay guys. I think this is a good spot to end it, and I'll see you in the next episode, whenever that's posted. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah. Feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment and stuff, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.